John.
We're not mature enough to use the tools of technology we have today. So often a society's technology will exceed their spiritual maturity, and it'll eventually reach a cap. If you're limited in your consciousness, you will be limited in the technology you can develop, because if you go too far with technology and you're not mature, you're going to hurt yourself or blow up the planet. I mean, we're going to have clean energy someday, and then we're going to have zero-point energy. A little box that sits in your house and runs for 100 years with no maintenance and produces clean energy. We're not ready for it yet. Too easily weaponized. And so things like AI, we're just immature. And artificial intelligence will always reflect the spiritual maturity of the society that created it. Well, we're pretty dang primitive right now. Okay, we're like 2-year-olds in the sandbox who are just learning to not fight each other and just learning to cooperate. And you don't put a knife in the hand of a 2-year-old. It's a very useful tool. You put a knife in the hands of a master chef and he makes a wonderful meal and feeds it to the homeless. You put the knife in the hands of a master woodworker and he'll make a beautiful carving or make tools out of that, using that knife. But you put a knife in the hand of a child and he might cut himself with it or stab somebody else with it. So we're just not ready for these things that are coming along. So there's a lot of problems in our world with technology being misused. Social media, it's being used to manipulate people. When you get these free services from Google, people think, well, they're paying for it with advertising. No, you're the product. Google is selling the ability to manipulate public opinion or manipulate human beings. And that's what social media and technology is being used for manipulation. It's also being used for the beautiful expression of God that is inside of every human being and the pure love of creation. That's the core of every human being, regardless of how badly they might be acting out in the moment. And it's being used for channels like this to spread a message of love and kindness and peace and compassion and to talk about the beautiful future that's coming instead of the horrible future of humanity that you would think is happening when you listen to the news, that it's all going to hell and we're going to kill ourselves. So we're not ready yet, but the technology is being used for good things by the light workers and by the spiritual people and by high consciousness religious people.